Hey Carl,
Hey Andre.
what are you talking about today?
So today we're just going to talk about maybe a part of Canada that people don't know.
You Canadian?
I'm Canadian and more specifically Acadian.
Okay.
Yep.
Acadian. That's interesting.
They're French, so that's kind of their descent as well, French. A little bit of English, but mostly French.
Does that mean they teach you French over there?
So yeah, my first language is French.
Really?
Like I went to French high school
Oh wow.
in New Brunswick, so that's kind of not like French immersion, like an actual French high school. Technically, France people don't like the Quebec accent because they say, "Oh, it's like a ghetto French."
I've heard
Um,
that plenty of times, yeah.
so I'm pretty sure people would have said. So my French is like different.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it ghetto, but I call it different than Quebec.
And that's slang. I mean, is there a proper way to say it as well?
So the name like most people in New Brunswick would call it is shack. So shack is kind of like a combination of French and English when we talk.
Okay.
I mean, not everyone uses it, and it's kind of more like you just have like a word or two in a sentence that's English, but like most of your sentence is French.
Okay.
Or it's usually how that works. It's almost like if I would say, je vais crosser la street. You know what I mean?
So I understand part of that,
Which is like, I'm gonna like cross the street.
yeah.
So that's kind of like how we're saying like, okay, like je vais, like I am crossing. Then
And
that's
you call that
English.
shek?
Chiac, yeah.
Shek.
So
Okay.
CHIAC. So every summer, I produce a fashion show on a boat called Walking on Water.
Okay.
You probably see and look
Is
just
that the
like
boat?
those ones. No, not like that, a little bigger,
Okay.
but on the same lake.
Okay. Nice.
So we're prepping for our second season, end of June.
Is it a summer thing or?
Yeah, so just summer. I
Okay.
don't think we want to be on a boat during the winter.
Well, I mean, if it's nice and warm inside, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I guess so.
But does it involve anything else? Like, is that a party or is it just
Yeah, so it's
specifically
more of
for
a-
showing off the?
A social networking event. So I try to bring out as much people from my network and my friends' networks.
Okay.
And we we showcased three designers last season. So we had Zane Barlas from Toronto Men Fashion Week.
Okay.
He does Vogue Italia. It was in GQ magazine. Big designer. We also had Pop Sauvage, which is more of like establishing designer. And we had designs by Vanessa Gileli, and she's from Vancouver. She
Okay.
did her schooling in Ryerson, and then she was in Vancouver Fashion Week, and now she's back. So that was last season. This season we're kind of more looking towards one designer, and so we're still in the preps before we unleash which one it is. But yeah, so
That's exciting. What part do you take in that? Like, do you actually do any runway?
So I used to do runway my first year that I moved to Toronto. So that's
Okay.
been in Toronto for 2.5 years now. When I was a little bit more lean and ripped.
Okay.
But so did a few fashion shows, and then I kind of decided that walking was not enough for me in sense of like accomplishment in my life. So I kind of wanted to do
Try
something
running?
better. Yeah, running. Triathlons. No. Funny that you said triathlon because
I didn't. I said running. But
running.
go on.
Okay, so now I said triathlon is because I'm training for a triathlon this summer, so July.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of my. So yeah, running. I just bought a new pair of running shoes, so that's.
Okay.
So I guess now I am running.
Okay, wonderful.
Initially, I'm from New Brunswick,
Okay.
so that's Eastern Canada.
I have not ever been to New Brunswick. What's
Never?
there to see?
This time of year, there's a lot of snow.
Okay.
There's more snow than here.
We know you have a lot here.
This is nothing. So during the summer, it actually gets warm in July. So
Okay.
we have a nice river where I'm from. So I'm from Campbellton, which is
Okay.
like very north Quebec border to New Brunswick. And as we have nice rivers and nice mountains, best place for camping, if you ask me.
Okay.
We have ski slopes. We have campgrounds.
What did you do in New Brunswick before you got here?
So back in New Brunswick for the 18 years that I was there,
Yeah.
born and raised, I used to be a big swimmer.
Okay.
So that's what I would do most of my high school career was swimming. I was a lot in sports, and then when high school hit, that's when I kind of decided to go into theater. So we had a theater production.
What inspired you to go into theater?
Back then, I had a lot of friends that used to be like in improv, and I went to their how to say practices, and I kind of like all of my best friends showed me theater, and that's when I started like really enjoying it and decided to go with them. It was fun because all three of my best friends, we decided to do theater together, and then that's when it just stuck.
Is there something particular that just like kind of struck out for you in Toronto?
Something that struck me that you probably already know about was the all-you-can-eat sushi. Because
okay, go on.
back home in New Brunswick, especially where I'm from, we don't really have all-you-can-eat sushi. Like, if so, like I think you have to drive like at least 2 hours to get to it. So like I've never really known really. So then all my friends bring me to all you can eat sushi, and I feel like that's one of the like big things that I'm like so common for everyone else, but for me it was
sushi is good.
I mean the Maritimes is full of fish, right? So,
I love fish, but I like it cooked. So thanks for coming. It was a pleasure, Carl.
Oh, thank you for having me. I think that I learned a little bit more about yourself today.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that I got to maybe make you learn a little bit more about Canada.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And I invite you guys to go see New Brunswick.
What's your favorite day of the week?
Friday.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Vanilla.
What's the sexiest name?
Carl.
What's the best age?
21.
Do you know how to ride the bike?
Yes, I do.
What cheers you up?
Friends and family.
Fruits or vegetables?
Fruits.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Who's the biggest celebrity you met?
Will Smith.
That's cool. Choose your weapon to survive the zombie apocalypse.
Machete.
Say good day in any other language.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, Carl.